Hi, it's Lee Kapansky here. Now every golf lesson, every training session, and especially if you want to get fit for some expensive golf equipment, you've got to make sure you're standing correctly in relation to the target. And I don't just mean any old stance check where you throw a club on the ground or you're on a driving range mat. It's got to be a dynamic stance check. Just like in a real life situation on the golf course, when the target's on the left or the target's on the right, and you align yourself correctly in relation to the target. Now this is absolutely massive, because your body will always try and react and get back towards the target, and it changes everything. Now the root cause of the majority of swing faults actually comes from a stance related problem, and it's all about how we see the target. Now if I stand like this and I'm looking at you, both eyes going to the target, I've absolutely no problem whatsoever. I can align myself to the target, no problem. It all starts to go wrong when I stand on the side, like this, and I turn my head. My right eye becomes stronger, the line of vision gets bent towards the right side. Then what do? We all start to follow it. And before I know it, I'm standing too far to the right. Now I know my target is over here. So I desperately want to get back towards the target, so what I do is I swing back towards the target this way. So the first thing that happens is the club face glances across the ball, so my timing's got to be perfect. Next thing that happens is when the swing direction does this, my body's blocked, my rotation, everything gets blocked, so I'm losing anywhere up to 70% of my power is gone, it's out the window. And the next thing is the dispersion. I'll hit one straight left, I'll hit a slice, I'll top the ball, I'll hit the ground. Everything is possible, and also as well the distance control. You hit an 8-iron over the green, onto the green short, over the green, onto the green short, so you have a problem with the distance control. And this is when all of these quick fixes come into play. What happens is from here, I want to get back towards the target, so I strengthen my grip, close the club face, get my stance like this, my posture's like this, and I'm desperately trying to get back towards the target. I'm swinging this way like this, boof, and I'm fixing absolutely nothing. And please, whatever you do, don't get fit for either this or this for that matter, because it changes everything. It changes your face to path angles, it changes your rotations. The whole setup of your golf clubs needs to be different. You need different kick points, different shafts, different lie angles, different lofts. Everything changes. And what you're doing is you're wasting your time, your energy, and your hard-earned cash getting fit for your swing fault. So the easiest way to align yourself to the target is to firstly stand directly behind the ball and the target, and you want to pick out a point within 1 meter on the ball to target line. Now I've used a ball in this instance just to make things clear for the video, but it could be a discolored piece of grass, it could be a leaf, it could be a stone, it could be whatever. Okay, so then you come in, the club face is always first, align the club face square to the point on the ground, then you put the feet together. Okay, this just simplifies the whole process. It's much easier to align yourself than standing like this, so you put your feet together nice and square, and then you stand parallel to the ball to target line like this. So it's like a train track. You'll see one track is here going to the target, one track is here for the body but going slightly to the left. So now I should be ready and set to go. Now what I see a lot of is people standing on the ball to target line. They stand on the target, they think they have to align the body correctly in relation to the target, they do all this kind of stuff. Now, can you imagine, for instance, I'm throwing a ball, you're my target, I'm standing on the target line here, my ball hand is here. The first thing you're going to say to me is, hey Lee, look, where are you aiming? Because I'm aiming too far to the right side. Now from here, what I've got to do is I've got to throw the ball back towards you. So I'm blocking my body. The same thing for tennis, it's the same. Football is the same. I'm actually standing in my own way. Now, if I was to do the opposite and stand to the left, over here, now my body's open, but I can react to the target. Tennis is the same, football is the same, my body's open, I can react to the target. And I would say, if anyone stands slightly too far to the right side, it's 1,000 times worse than standing to the left, because from here your body can react and you can move correctly in relation to the target. Obviously too far left is also a problem. Right, so let's give it a go. Let's put the whole thing into practice. So I'm standing behind the ball, club face is going to the target, feet come together, perfect, widen the stance, good, grip is good, so I'm aligned squarely in relation to the target, so let's see what happens. well, that was quite a good swing, I think. Hit it in the middle. On TrackMan, the spin numbers would have been quite good, and the ball flight, club head speed would have been okay. It's a worker, it's a runner. Now, in reality, that is exactly what happens. Somebody comes to me and they say, look, Lee, I've got a swing directional problem where I'm slicing the ball. And what they do is they stand like this, and then they swing back towards the target. Now, I say, nah, that's completely wrong. You've got to be standing like this. Now, as soon as they stand like this, their body is programmed to swing back towards their target like this. So they're just going to pull it left, straight out of bounds, and that ball has got my name all over it. Now, if you want to change something, I'm going to cover this in some later videos. If you want to change something, the only way to do it, from wrong to perfect, never works. You have to exaggerate the feelings, exaggerate the process. So what I mean by that is, if somebody comes to me and they're standing like this and swinging like this, the only way to change it is to do the exact opposite. Is if you stand over here. Now, if I'm standing to the left, I'm not going to want to do that very long, because every ball is going to be going doof, 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 out, 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 out. So what happens is, from here, I know now the target's here on the right side. So automatically, because the target's in a different position, my body will react back out towards the target, and it corrects my swing fault, it changes everything. So this is something I'm going to cover in later videos, and it'll really, really help you to correct any swing fault you have. Now, if you're one of these guys who thinks, look, Lee, I haven't got a stance problem, this lesson does not apply to me, then do yourself a favour, go into the corner of the driving range or onto the golf course and pick a target on the far right. Okay, and then come into the ball, align yourself to the target, drop a club on the line of your feet. Now, the most important one is the one which runs from the ball parallel to the other club, and that will show you absolutely everything. And I think many of you will actually be quite shocked. Now, if you're not standing correctly in relation to the target, every swing drill, swing tip, swing technique that you're working on, whether it's your rotation, whether it's your elbow, whether it's your shoulder, whether it's your hips, it's not going to work. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff all over the internet. I mean, you can even send your swing in and pay for it. And this is often the reason you can have a golf lesson, great golf lesson, then 1 week or 2 weeks down the line, it all starts to go wrong all over again, because what happens is your body reacts back towards the target and you start to practice your swing fault all over again. Now, I've had hundreds of golf lessons, and from my experience, the big red flashing light, if somebody tries to improve your golf and they don't start with a stance check, then look, don't be rude, because that's not nice either, but just...
I'm running away from this pain. I'm trying to find a new way where the sun's shining down on my face. I'm running away. You're in a toxic relationship. Time to be free.
So I hope you enjoyed the lesson. That was my very first one, and to be honest, it's a bit strange interacting with the camera, but I just have to get jiggy with it. And I'm all wired up and it's stuck to my chest. But anyway, if you are constantly fighting with technical swing thoughts and swing analysis, and you're thinking about your hips and your shoulders and your left arm and your elbow and keeping your head down or whatever it may be, then please hit the subscribe button below and give me a thumbs up, and I'll prove to you, you can simply be so much better.
That's it. Come on, good swing. Concentrate what you're doing. Whack it out there. Come on, whack it. Get right through it. Great shot. That's brilliant, that. Good lad. Boom. Come on, Sevens, have a good swing, mate. Great shot, that. Boom. That's good, that. It's a cracking swing, that. Come on, Leo. Knock it out there, mate.
Twilight, we're losing 10
Great swing that.
Subscribe and hit the button.
Subscribe and hit the button. You're the man, Leo.
Yeah.
Go on, Lucy, first shot on the golf course. Go on, big hit. Oh, not bad. Look at that. Hey, you're the girl. No messing. Hey, that's cool. Again, you're only supposed to get one chance. Where are you going? Hey, look at that, you make a great caddy. What do you reckon, Ruby?